What's up, you guys? We have a little helper here today. Tia just got some surgery on her little teeth and got them taken out, and now she's just like the biggest cuddle bug ever, so she definitely wants her spot up in here. Alright, something that I wanted to talk about with you guys today is, honestly, I completely had like a full-on blank. Normally I have all these ideas running through my mind of things that I want to share. And I was like I was praying actually to God, and I was like, please just give me something that I can use. And then he said, well, what have you used lately in terms of life skills and things that you learned that really helped you get through a tough time? And so I just want to talk about that a little bit with you guys, because I feel it's definitely been more challenging to be pregnant than I ever thought it would be, to be completely honest with you. And I was talking to, we hired a doula to follow me through my pregnancy, which I feel was something that I had always wanted. So I'm happy that I did that. But we had a conversation today, and we were kind of talking about like just the struggles that you come across when you're pregnant, and it's not always something that's talked about, which is kind of unfortunate because it's not this normalized thing. And so some of the things that I was experiencing was like just not a connection to my baby, and then regret towards that, and like feeling bad and feeling guilty, and also just changing my lifestyle a lot in ways that I had never prepared myself for, like all of the things that I had heard about pregnancy. And it's funny, my doula was like, where did you hear this information? But I mean, everything that I had heard about pregnancy before was like, it's this beautiful experience, it's something that you're gonna love in your life, da 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 da. Like I had great hair, I had glowing skin, I had an abundance of energy. No one told me that I was gonna feel like I was literally 80 years old and dying and morning sickness, and you know, they're gonna give you prenatal vitamins, but they're gonna want to make you puke, and you're gonna have morning sickness on top of that. And if you get a cold, then you're gonna cough, and sometimes you're gonna cough so hard that you think that you're gonna puke, and then you're gonna have to take time off work. Like that was never anything that was part of the deal. And so when I got into this, I was like, I feel like my body isn't mine anymore. And I was just really struggling with that, because for me, I'm so on top of my routine and my nutrition, and I was having food aversions to like 75 to 90% of all of the food that I had eaten, so I wasn't hitting my macros. And I was like, this is literally my character. This is what makes me happy. And I saw all of these roadblocks for everything. Like I didn't have the friggin' energy. I was sleeping 12 to 14 hours a night, waking up tired. And I'm like, seriously, it's morning? Like I just went to bed. How is this possible? And I had food aversions, like I said, so I wasn't hitting my macros, and that was another L for me that I was taking. And I wasn't hitting my wake up time, so that was another L. And it was like, since I was sleeping so much, I had less time in a day, and I had so much less energy too. Motivation never used to be a problem for me ever. I would literally just like feel a call, and when I felt inside me I wanted to go to the gym, and that call came once or twice a day consistently. I didn't have to like force myself to do it. I didn't have to whatever. Like it was literally a dream. I had the motivation. I was there. I was performing. I was doing well. I had the body fucking goals. Like I was growing the biggest ass. I had abs if I wanted them, and if I didn't want them, I could decide that I didn't want them. My nutrition was on point, and I started having all of this guilt. I feel like I shouldn't be sharing this, but it's like, it's true though. And it's just, I'm being blatantly honest with you. And I feel like so many people, I mean, at least me going through this transition, I was like, I don't feel like I'm normal. I started feeling all this resentment. And so what tools did I use to actually get myself back? Well, I realized that like, I have all of these tools that I've been using. So I had tools to get me to start the gym initially, and I had an approach to implement changes into my life that were difficult. And I also had approaches to hitting my macros, and I knew that some of these things, like I could use the same tool, but my approach with the tool just had to change. Let me give you an example. So I used to eat meal preps all of the time. That was literally the only thing that I ate. Our dishwasher was full of those black containers with the clear lids that come from Costco. And it was literally super easy. I felt like I was hungry or didn't feel like I was hungry. I just felt like eating. I'd walk over to the fridge. I would grab one of my meals that I needed to eat, and they were all prepped on Sunday. They were super, super easy meals, and I would just eat that. And so there was no like cravings. There was nothing. Like I felt good. And so I'm like, okay, I just need to implement my meal preps again, but find things that I actually like eating. So that's just one small shift to my program or routine. And then in my second trimester, my energy levels started to come back up. So now I'm feeling good, and I have the desire, actually. The desire came back to go to the gym. I'm hitting my wake up time consistently, and I've been hitting my wake up time more consistently than ever in my life, which I'm super happy about. I just found like a different approach. I have that issue. I don't know if you guys have this, but you set like 47 alarms back to back, like each minute. And then for some reason you sleep through them all, and you're like, I do not understand. Like I'm either like deeply flawed or gifted, and I don't know what one it is, but I just want to hit my stupid fucking wake up time. I don't know if you guys have ever had that, but for me, my Google Home was something that I literally use every single morning, and it just gets me up, it gets me out of bed, and I just go into starting my day. Journaling is something that's probably been one of the main factors that's kept me sane this whole time going through all of these transitions, because when I'm having, let me just struggle for a minute, okay? When I'm having all of these feelings and all of these emotions and all of this stuff come up, journaling about it is just something that brings me so much peace and over time clarity, but also I can see the waves of emotion that I'm riding. So sometimes I'm like, normally my journal starts out like, I'm super happy, da 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 da, or I'm super grateful, da 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 da. And then I see like on certain days, it just comes up as like a blip where I'm like, I'm really confused because of XYZ. But I get to see my emotions on paper and see those waves and, you know, kind of understand better that I'm a woman and I'm blessed with being an emotional creature. And when those emotions hit hard, it's just nice to have all of that other stuff written down that grounds me. And when I was really struggling with all of this, this was my go-to. And so I would definitely journal a lot. I would track my goals as well, but I'm kind of like, I track my goals and then I stop tracking my goals and I focus more on like the spiritual aspect of things and manifesting. Because I don't know if you know this, but if you're using like one type of energy to manifest, you can manifest, and it takes time and consistency through actions and intention and whatever. But if you use a different energy to manifest, then it can just happen instantaneously. And all that you have to do is like wait for your divine timing or clear some beliefs, and then you're able to manifest it. And so sometimes I'll be working on this side, and sometimes I'll switch over and work on this side, and then I'll go back here, go back there, go back here, go back there. So tracking my goals definitely does help, and I have a system that helped me get out of, because there's like levels to this, right? So it helped me get out of the lower levels before tracking my goals, and then now I just go in between these two levels now, because having that structure just contributes to my character. But I just want you to know that if you're going through this type of phase in your life and you don't understand because you're struggling with things that you feel like you've already mastered or, you know, kind of like straightened out. Sorry, my dog just keeps on licking and it's like the most annoying thing. If you feel like you're struggling with things that you've already figured out in your life, just know that you're probably just learning right now in this season of your life to use the same exact tools that you used to get your success before, but in a different season in your life. And so it's going to look a little bit different. The approach is going to be different. But I just want you to know that you have everything within you to literally overcome these issues that you've had. And to overcome, I just cannot. You're going to have to get down because it's not the vibe. And God will never give you anything, or the universe, or whatever you want to call it, will never give you a situation or an event or a challenge that you can't overcome with everything that you have. And so there used to be periods of my life where I thought like I'm lacking resources, or I'm lacking this, or I don't have that, and I can't move forward because XYZ, like I do not have. And it was coming from such a scarcity, lack mindset without faith. Like it was a mix of things, right? But I just want you to know that whatever it is, you do have the tools, you do have the resources, and you have an abundance of those, actually. You have the attention, you have the energy. You just need to look at where your energy is going and then manifest it back to you. And all of these things are things that you can overcome. And even if the approach looks different, you have the tools. And God